Yo, what's up, people? I am in the midst of a program right now with a gentleman that many of you all see on a regular basis. His name is Russell Brunson, and he has me doing this 30-day challenge. The reason I, raised my hand and showed a willingness and a commitment to go ahead and do this 30-day challenge is based on the fact that over the last 7 years, you all, I literally have been able to transform my life. And I'm going to get into a little bit of exactly how I was able to do that, because today we have been challenged by Russell to literally go live without a lot of preparation or any of that and just share our story. So in fact, that is what I'm going to do. I'm trying to do my best not to get too far behind when it comes to this 30-day challenge that I am in right now. So he said, go live and tell your story. So I'm doing just that so I can keep up with my class. By the way, as you all are coming in here, even though this is one of those kind of impromptu type of things, I don't typically come on live this late. Make sure that you all are saying what's up to your boy. You all know that when I do this, I love a level of engagement. If it's just me talking at the people, it ain't me. I like it to be a discourse. I like it to be a conversation. So if you all can simply just say what's up, hello, that would be amazing as you all are coming into this space to hear me, Damian Howard, share my story. And I see people are coming in now, so maybe you all didn't hear me give that introduction. The reason I'm telling my story right now is I'm a part of a 30-day challenge with Russell Brunson, and he challenged all of us as a part of this challenge, day 18 of the challenge, to not do a lot of preparation. Go ahead, go live, go online, and tell your story. Let me show you all something. Come here. Come here. Come here, baby. Come here. So I tried to put Miracle in the screen because she is the reason why I'm having to sit here versus sit on the couch. I had this whole setup ready for everybody, but she kept jumping on me, and she was licking on my arm. I just got out the shower and put on some lotion, and for whatever reason, she likes to taste the daddy's lotion. So Miracle just want to say hi to the people. Miracle, say hi to the people. Say hi to the people. Miracle literally is a part of my story in this juncture of my life. That's my therapy, baby. I love her to death, just like I love my other girls. It's a beautiful thing. I got 3 girls in the house now, 3 of them. But anyway, I'm here to tell my story, you all, which really starts with an attestation, you all, that I have 15 years now of experience as an educator. And when I think of my time as an educator, I was trained in special education. So the majority of my teaching experience was in situations, and intentionally in situations, with people who often were deemed uneducable. That's what they would call it. It's hard to educate them. It's hard to get them to pay attention. And I would just find myself really fascinated by those type of populations. And I would literally put myself in those environments whereby other people deem these people as kids who are hard to reach, hard to love, hard to teach. And I'll be like, yo, those my people. Let's go. Let's get it. And there's also this real dynamic of me that I'm not just a teacher, you all, but I'm a minister. So what I've seen over these last 15 years is a perpetual struggle when it comes to, Damian, how do you live into fully who you are as a teacher, and also fully who you are as a minister, right? So I've been on this perpetual journey of really trying to figure out how the fullness of me with no compromise can be on full display in any juncture of my lived experience, anything that I'm putting my hands on. I don't want this bifurcation. When you go here, you can put on your ministry hat. When you go here, you can put on your teacher hat. But no, I want to be able to live into the fullness of who I am. And not only did I have that tension, right, this minister piece, this teacher piece, that not necessarily were combating, but I didn't, really feel that fullness of being able to just go in there and be all of who I am. There was this internal yearning inside of me, and always It's always there. And what I've come to understand, especially y'all, as y'all coming in here, man, say what's up to your boy. What's up, people? What's up? What's up? I don't usually come on this late, but I'm here in the building because Russell Brunson challenged all of us who are part of this 30-day challenge to just go live and tell our story. So I said, let me go ahead and do that. Let's pick up with the story, you all. So the fact of the matter is, and I especially understand this better now because I am a person who has deeply committed myself to Gallup Strengths Finder and all that is encompassed in that Strength Finder. And what I learned about myself is there's a real piece of me that desires to be a man of great significance. I desire to be somebody that with whatever I put my hands on, whatever it is that I touch, I'm going to make impact. And the ultimate goal and hope is that I bring transformation to environments that I'm in, right? So my last teaching experience that I was in was at Crane High School. And as most of you all know, I don't teach at Crane High School. Matter of fact, I don't teach at any school anymore. So what people might believe or what you might think, if you're not listening to me and allowing me to share my narrative like I'm doing today, is that there was some type of bad stuff that happened. Damien must not have done something wrong. Maybe I didn't like my administration. Shout out to Farida Shabazz. You understand? Shabazz-Anderson. Shout out to my administration. I love my administration. I love my job. I love my work. I love the familial sense of what we did there. I believed in the mission and the vision of Crane High School. But here's the point. I started to get this yearning inside of me as a person who is wired to want my life to be of value, wired that I want my life to be significant. I got this yearning that there's greater capacity within me to do more, to touch more, to make greater impact, to bring the same type of transformative process that I was going through at that particular time to more and more people, that through my lived experience, just like me hitting live right now, I have the ability to provide transformative value to people outside of just one school building. So when I hit that wall, it wasn't a sense of Damien, wasn't nothing wrong with Crane. I loved my position there at Crane High School, and I believe they love me. If any of my folks on Crane might be in this space right now, tell them people we were rocking in that joint, right? We were having a good time, but the person of significance that was inside of me was saying that there's more. There was a hunger that wasn't being satisfied or satiated. And what I found for myself is that I had to start ideating and thinking, how can I transition in a way that allows me to touch my whole city and beyond with the things that I was learning? And I just wonder, for anybody who's watching this thing at 9:37, anybody who just kind of slipped up on your boy coming in here telling his story because he was challenged to go live and tell his story, I just wonder, is there anybody on this thing live right now who's ever gotten to the place, ever gotten to a position or post in your life whereby it was something inside of you telling you that there was more, telling you that there is more, that this ain't it, right? And that don't necessarily mean that what you're in right now is a negative thing, and or that what you're in right now isn't adding a sense of value, but the capacity, the God-given capacity that's in you is pushing and it's yearning and it's desiring, and those heart palpitations that are beating on a perpetual basis are saying that there's more. So, and I see the hearts and I see the likes. So there must be some people who at least at some juncture in your lived experience have been to that place like me, like I was at Crane High School when I hit that wall, not because there was anything bad, but because of what God put in me, the deposits that he had made into my life at that particular time, and said it was more. If you can resonate with that piece, man, I need y'all to heart right there. I see that we got some people live in this space. Like, look at those hearts, man. There have been instances in people's lives, and I'm telling y'all, I was there where I was like, y'all, this ain't it. What is it? Like, I had to go do a deep dive into my own self to explore, what can I put my hands on? What can I put my mind to, that in doing this particular thing, and even if I had to do it for the rest of my life, even if I wasn't paid for this thing, that this can give me a great level of fulfillment. And by this particular time, you all, I had been thoroughly convinced and even obsessed. That's the word I'll use, obsessed. I can teach a whole lesson on that word, obsessed, because some of us are desiring a better life for ourselves and wondering why we're not able to achieve that better life. And what I would argue is that you got to get obsessed about something, because when you get obsessed about a thing, you sometimes will get to a point whereby you lose sleep because it's so important that you got to figure this thing out. And I became, you all, obsessed with this field of social and emotional learning, because at the core of this stuff, it's all about mental health. It's all about emotional well-being. And what I understood about my life and how I was able to transition from a place of feeling stuck, from a place of feeling like I hit a wall there at Crane High School, is an investment into my character, making sure I'm mentally strong, making sure I'm emotionally well, afforded me an opportunity to transition out of that situation and to live the life that I'm living right now that affords me more freedom than I've ever had. I got more freedom of my schedule, more freedom of my time, and ain't nobody lacking financially. Come on, to God be the glory for that. And y'all, it came because I made an investment in my character, you all. This whole thing about social and emotional learning, Miracle over there doing something. I got to go watch it real quick. So let me go ahead and speed this up. This whole thing, namely social and emotional learning, I've learned that it has transformative value in my own life, first and foremost. So when I was like at that point of, man, there's more in me, greater impact to be made, this is what I landed on in this field of social and emotional learning, namely character development. Is the thing that I go and share with parents. It's the thing that I go and I'm sharing with teachers. It's the thing, most importantly, that I'm telling myself on a daily basis, dude, you got to be mentally strong. Dude, you got to be emotionally healthy, because what you got in you will not be released and unleashed to the fullest capacity if you are off. Come on, y'all. I see the number count going up, so it must be something here that's engaging to the point where people are sticking with this joint. You know, people's attention span, they say if you don't get them in 7 seconds, they out of there. Y'all stood and sustained longer than 7 seconds, so y'all might as well go and put those hearts right now. Y'all might as well go and let your boy know that he talking good right now, because at the end of the day, y'all, it ain't about me, but it's all about the work. So as I continue, y'all, on my journey of one, figuring out that this field of social and emotional learning has value and it has the opportunity to make great impact, that it brought transformation to my own lived experience, I then said, you know what? What will be the journey and path that I need to go on to share what I know and share what it is that I'm learning with hundreds of people, thousands of people. And the cool thing about my work, I was just thinking about this today. I was running some numbers, and I've literally over the last 3 years been able to give training and coaching to over 1,000 adults, including teachers and parents, primarily in the city of Chicago. It's just an amazing thing that people allow your boy to go into their school building and do what I love to do, to talk about an investment in character, to talk about social and emotional learning and how it has the opportunity to bring transformation to life. So here's the point. I got to a point, and again, it all came from coaching. It came from people hipping me to the game, telling me, Dame, we love you and we like you, but sometimes we can't understand you. I'm just going to be real with the people. I'm about to get out of here. They said, we like you, we love you, but sometimes we can't understand you. They said, bruh, you got to be able to take all of that stuff that's in your head, all of that language that you use when you're discussing what's in your head, and be able to share it with people in a way where it's just like them M&M bite-sized pieces, melt in your mouth, not in your hand. It's tangible, it's graspable. Dang, we can follow you now. So what I did was, y'all, I stepped back, and I've been doing this all during COVID, and started just building out frameworks so that I can try to do my best to do a better job of explaining what it is that's in my head. And one of the most powerful frameworks, which I believe has become and rose to be my flagship framework, y'all, is called the Character Activation Wheel. And I love this particular framework because the wheel literally is a metaphor for our lives. And the like the crux of what I shared there says that as you invest in your character, you're investing in your life in an intentional way, that wheel starts moving, right? On one end of the spectrum is the word progress. On the other end of the spectrum is the word destruction. So if you think of the critical life areas and your own lived experience, the question for you to ask yourself and to be real with yourself, if you can't be real with nobody else, be real with yourself and ask yourself, am I in those critical life areas? For me, three easy examples is I'm always thinking of relationship, I'm always thinking of finances, I'm always thinking of my spirituality. Am I seeing more progress? Is the wheel flowing in the direction of progress? And or am I seeing increased destruction? Am I seeing more progress in my ability to relate to my daughter? In my ability to relate to my wife? In my ability to relate to Miracle? Am I seeing more progress in my financial situation? And or, come on, we got to be real with ourselves. If we don't be real with nobody else, be real with yourself and ask yourself, and or am I seeing more destruction? And it's just like that wheel. Hopefully, tell me if I'm wrong, y'all, helps people to really kind of conceptualize, okay, dude, I can get that concept. Now you're talking my language. Dane, get up off of that theological education. Get up off of that U of I education. You understand? And all of them little nuggets you got there, all of that verbose nomenclature. And just come on, give it to me how I can get it in that wheel. Come on. Either in those critical life areas is moving in the direction of progress or moving in the direction of destruction. Let me be real with y'all. I still struggle to this day when it comes to developing and working on my own character. You all want to know why? Because my habits are so deeply entrenched and they're so solidified and concretized that it's hard to change those things sometimes. When it's something that I've been doing all my life and I'm almost 40 years old, when it's something, let's talk about this, that's generational, that they've been doing in my family tree for generations, it's hard to change that stuff. Do you all understand me? So the fact of the matter is that even though I can tell you all that character development and an intentional investment into your character can bring transformation, I also got to be real with my people. And parents are the ones that right now in this season and juncture of my life that I most just like fervently want to just share space with, because I'm just like, yo, parents, if we get ourselves right, and if we get ourselves to a place where we're more calm and we're more grounded, not only is our parenting going to increase, but all of life has the ability to transform. And when I start having this conversation, now I can be real about what I love to say nowadays. Guess what, parents? We have the ability to live our best lives when we start doing this work of investing in character. And I get so excited about the work, and that's why I'm all in, in the phone telling my story. So y'all, I don't want to be the person to try to sugarcoat the fact that this character development thing ain't hard. I got to work on it every day. But let me tell you all, the more I work on developing my character, the more free I become. Let me say that again, because somebody didn't hear me in the back row. The more I work on developing my character, the more free I become, right? And the more free I have become. So here's the point. Since the trajectory that I'm on, I don't know what journey you're on. You got to define that for yourself. But since the trajectory that I'm on is such whereby I want more freedom, financial freedom. Well, come on, let's think about my critical life areas that I talked about. With my relationships, I want freedom from stress and I want more progress there. What did it say? With my spirituality, I don't want to feel bound in any way. I want freedom in all areas of my life. Therefore, when I felt and experienced the goodness that comes from investing in my character, why not, Damien, do more of it? Listen, I've literally made it to a place of freedom. I'm not at my total destination place, but y'all, I can see the light like never before. Why? Because this thing, namely this character activation wheel and this investment that I've strategically made in myself, has transformed me into a beast that I couldn't even imagine even 7 years ago that I would become. So let me just leave and end with this attestation right now. So the question might be, Damien, okay, we hear you saying that there was some transformation, but bro, break that down in a way where we can clearly understand how you investing in your character helped you in your own life. And with this, I'm going to give y'all the 3 F's, namely, when I started investing in my character activation wheel and I see more progress, these were the 3 outcomes, or 3 of the outcomes. First and foremost, I had increased faith, and I'm developing more faith. Here, even though I'm a spiritual person, I'm using faith generally to talk about just a belief. I got crazy belief in my ability, belief more than I've ever had before. Why? Because my mind is stronger and my emotions are more grounded, which makes me a more sharper individual, to the extent when you come to me with your cray cannot sway me in the way that it used to before, because I know who I am. And in fact, can I add to that? I know whose I am, so my faith is on fleek. Let's talk about my finances. When I talked about freedom, y'all, the fact that I don't have to answer to anybody when it comes to how I spend my time, and ain't nobody hurting. My wife and my family and I, not to boast or brag, but we were able to transition into a new living space that gives us more space and gives us more flex ability. You understand? We can stretch a little more in this joint. Yo, all of that has come because I was intentional on changing and transforming myself. I said, I'm not going to play the role of saying what them people ain't doing for me and or how they're holding me back, or use anything against my ability to invest in myself. No, I invested in myself. I saw increased faith. I saw increased finances. And then lastly, y'all, I'm at a place in my life whereby I'm more fulfilled than I've ever been. And for anybody who's hearing this story today, who's sustained for whatever reason just to hear me share my story, if you find yourself in a place where you feel like there's a void, or you feel like there's a level of emptiness, you feel like there's something that is missing, I am telling you, hear my story and my testament. If you didn't watch this thing, rewind it and watch it over, because I'm about to go ahead and end this live, to know that there's a real possibility that through an intentional investment in your character, you can bring about a life transformation that gives you an upgrade in your total absolute lived experience. So that, Russell Brunson, is me doing what you asked me to do, literally just going ahead, hitting live and sharing with folks my story. Y'all, if there was anything in that story that resonated with you as I shared that piece, I would just appreciate y'all to let your boy know if there was anything that stood out or resonated or piqued your interest. And with that, y'all, your boy is out of here for this evening. I appreciate y'all for watching in as I went live this evening. Peace out. Peace out.